a lot of people have tried to diagnose my son from social media or sitting on their armchairs and, saying, why is he not talking yet? Why is he not talking yet? Or coming up with their own reasons why my son isn't talking. And I felt like it was up to me whenever I was ready to talk about his autism, because it is something that I'm learning myself. It's something brand new that we're going through, and I'm his voice now, and I'm doing everything. I'm fighting for him, like I'm his warrior now. When Cruz was born, I had a very long delivery. It took me, I think I was in the delivery for 37 hours or something. Like, I was in labor for 37 hours. It was getting close. They were like, if he doesn't come out soon, you might have to have a C-section. I was like, no. But as soon as he was out, my mom was in the room, Jax was in the room. We were all crying. He was so beautiful from the start. Now he's like a blonde-headed, blue-eyed little boy, but then he had like this full head of pitch black hair, and it was so long, and his eyes were dark because it takes a couple days for their eyes to change. And they put him on my chest, and I was like, he looks just like Jax. Like, that was like one of my first thoughts, and I just was so in love with him. He was so healthy. Everything was perfect. Cruz started off on track for everything. He crawled early, he walked early, he was talking, he was saying mommy, daddy, he was saying hot dog from the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, he was saying outside. He had a lot more words. And then as he got closer to 2, we started noticing that he was regressing. He didn't regress physically, he only regressed in like his speech. So he stopped talking almost completely. So I started him in speech therapy around 2 years old, and then we started working with the state to try to start getting some kind of diagnosis for him. And then we started OT, and he is doing so much better. We finally were able to get with his doctor, and they did diagnose him with autism. And so right now he's nonverbal autism, but that doesn't mean he's always gonna be nonverbal. He does say mommy. He will sporadically say different words. Like, we were driving in the car one day, we were in Kentucky with my sister, and all of a sudden he goes, mommy, I wanna get out, like plain as day. And I could have cried because he was wanting to get out of his car seat, but like I could have cried just because hearing him say a full sentence was like heartbreaking in the best way for me. Like, it was just absolutely incredible. I was expecting that we were gonna have the autism diagnosis, but of course, whenever you get it, it just makes everything real. And our life is gonna look a little bit different, but I feel like I was like meant to be his mom. He is my better half. He is my little partner in crime. He is everything to me. And even though he can't talk, I know everything that he wants, everything that he needs. And it's just like, we're just like so synced. It's incredible. It can be difficult because I've never heard him say I love you, or just those little things, those little monumental moments that a mother and a son share. But he is so loving, and he shows me he loves me every single day. Like, he is such a mommy's boy, and we have the best time together. He is so happy. I think a lot of times with nonverbal children, people don't think that they understand what's going on, or they think they're not very smart, and there's just a bunch of different stigmas out there that aren't true. Cruz is very, very, very smart. He has almost like a photographic memory. He has so much going on. It's just, the way that autism works. We're still learning a lot as we go, what's gonna like bring his speech out. He is getting better. He's getting better with eye contact. He's getting more social. But yeah, it's been a journey. The spectrum is so broad and so different. He's very loving, doesn't have tantrums, but very sweet, very strong. He's an amazing swimmer. One thing that he loves is water, and it helps with his sensory so much. I recently changed his playroom into a sensory room, so he's got a trampoline in there, a swing in there. I've got lights everywhere, a sensory wall, different things that he can touch and play, and just so that he can like regulate whenever he needs to. And he is doing so amazing, and I have learned so much over this past couple years. Right now, he's in preschool, and he is in the same class with Ocean and Summer. Lala and Sheena, I love them so much, and it's been great to have our kids grow up together. I did hire a occupational therapist that goes to school with him, so she helps him work on social skills and speech while he's also at school. So it's been amazing. She is absolutely incredible. So he is literally getting help everywhere that he goes. Everybody's been amazing. I do feel very blessed that I'm able to give him everything that he needs, and that's why I want to help as many mothers as I can, because I know I'm fortunate in that way, and there's so many people that don't have all of these things and able to make a sensory room or have a pool outside that they could go to at any moment. And a lot of things are very expensive. It is very expensive for therapies and different things like that. So I just really want to help however I can.
You've been served.
I already told him filing, restraining order, and custody. There was just a lot that happened a couple days before we started filming that went really bad between Jax and I. We were already separated. It was already out there. And things just got very, very bad. Like, very, very bad, very, very fast. Jax was losing his temper a lot. He was very erratic. He was just spiraling out of control. And it was extremely hard, and I had to put my foot down. And, we've been very open about him being in a facility and trying to get help and this and that. But let me tell you, it's been a journey. Everything is not fixed, and there's a long way to go. I'm very glad that he finally came out and admitted that he had an addiction issue, because it was so hard to deal with his come downs. And I wasn't really allowed to express what was going on. Like, he was going out partying and doing all these things. The reason I had to move out in the first place was because he was having these horrible come downs from his night out the night before. And it got so bad, and he was so aggressive and so just horrible to me and yelling at me in front of our son that I had to take him out of the house. And I never looked back. And I never will look back. I want him to get all the help that he needs. I really do. But he's done so much damage. And I've tried nothing but to help him and be there for him for 10 years. And me and Cruz weren't enough for him to get help for a very long time. So, yeah, it's hard. It's hard because it did a lot of damage to me, too. And he's never going to admit to that. It's going to be years before he realizes how much he's hurt me. But I can just hope and pray that one day he will completely knock this. I know he loves his son. It's not about that. It's not about that. It's about him being responsible and him acting his age.
Why haven't you changed? You screamed at me, said horrible things to me, that I had no friends here, that nobody liked me here.
I never said that.
Jax.
I never said that.
I definitely get a lot of hate online, like being like, she knew what she was getting into. She knew what she was getting into, blah, blah, blah. I was blinded by love. Nobody could ever say that I wasn't madly in love with that man, because I was. And I feel like when you're so in love with somebody and you feel like that is your future, that's 100%. I didn't get married to him thinking I was ever going to divorce him, So I did everything in my power to make it work. I tried as hard as I possibly could for 10 years. I dealt with all this bull crap he put me through for 10 years. Yes, I look back at myself and I'm like, why did I do that? But then again, I wouldn't have Cruz now. I just try to think of the positives in my life and not focus on why didn't I? The point is that I did leave him. At the end of the day, yeah, it did take me a while to get to that point, but I feel like I did the right thing, and I'm so much stronger and I'm so much happier now. It has been over a year since I have been separated. Mama is ready to date. I am not holding back anymore. I am ready to date. Bravo, give me a dating show. I'm here for it. I am down. Yeah, I've been on a couple dates here and there. Not in anything serious, nothing like that. But I don't think I have to hold back anymore. My divorce will be final soon, and I deserve to have butterflies again and to just have somebody be sweet to me. I just want somebody to be nice to me, and that's sad. I just really want somebody to be nice, give me butterflies, take me on dates. It doesn't even have to be anything fancy. Like something sweet, something small will make my day. I'm not bougie. I can be in some ways, but I'm just a girl from Kentucky who, like, you could take me and we could watch a movie on the back of a truck, or we could have a picnic, or, you know, it doesn't matter. I just want to do fun things and just like feel that like excitement of liking somebody again. I've always thought I would have more than one kid. I would love for Cruz to have a sibling, but it's not a priority for me anymore. It was obviously season 1, but that was something that Jax actually blindsided me about, because it was both of our plan to have another child. But now that I'm divorcing, I'm not even like in a relationship, like I just don't see it happening for me. But you know, I still have time. I'm just like, I'm not focused on that. If it happens, it happens. If God leads me there, God leads me there. But it's just not something that I'm like, I have to have this or I'll be so upset. Cruz is my life. So I'm lucky that I have him. It's so crazy to think of him as being an adult, but you know, I love that show, Love on the Spectrum.
Have you ever been on a date before?
No, I haven't.
I've never been
first time.
I've never been on a date before either.
Watching that, it is the sweetest show. It is the most heartfelt show ever. Like, they're so positive. The way they look at life is just so full of joy and happiness. And if Cruz is anything like that, I will be so happy. A lot of us think about the world and are way too hard on ourselves and, you know, judging every single little thing we do. And if he's not gonna be like that, like, what a relief. You know, like that is an amazing thing if you think about it. And it just, you know, it like makes my heart warm. I hope he falls in love one day. I hope that he, you know, has a job and does all these things. Right now is like the time that he's building, you know, his brain. We're setting the building blocks for him right now. So just trying to do everything that I possibly can to help him live the happiest life ever. He is literally just the thing I'm most proud of that I will ever do in my life. I'm just so proud of him for just how he is every day. He's learning and growing every single day. I feel like I'm proud of myself for always trying to stay in that positive mindset and be the best possible mom that I could ever be to him. And with everything I have going on, I always try to stay positive. It can be hard sometimes. I'm not saying I always do that. I have my ups and downs. I get upset. I might act out here and there, but I just feel like I can be proud of myself that I'm staying strong, and I'm just trying to stay as positive as I can for my son.